Wow, just wow, guys. Guys, I just finished watching Cesar Azpilicueta's farewell speech. Our captain, who's been at the club for 11 years and finally called it quits at uh, Chelsea FC. He gave a 6 minute. It was a 6 minute interview that was posted on the official Chelsea YouTube channel, and he was in tears during the most during most of the 6 minutes of that video. I mean, if you didn't have a heart, that's the only way that you weren't gonna get at least a little bit teary and choked up. I mean, I was feeling it. I mean, he just talked about how he came to the club as an unheralded signing. I believe he only cost Chelsea £7 million. Azpilicueta mentioned that his first game when he arrived at Chelsea, and keeping in mind that he was signed as a quote unquote squad player, that he was sent down to go and play with the under 23 squad. And that was his first one or two games, and then that was a bit of an eye opener, for him. Jose sent him down to go and play a couple games with the under 23s, and his eyes opened, and he was like, "Wow, this Chelsea gig is gonna be a lot harder than I actually thought it was gonna be." And he pretty much said what he said, which actually makes sense when given the way that he played over the next 11 years of his Chelsea career, because what he said was that he realized then and there that his work was cut out for him, that he was gonna have to basically work very very hard, not just to make the first team squad, but to hold on to his spot if he wanted to keep playing on a regular basis as in Chelsea's first team. And so that's what he did. And those of us Chelsea fans that have been fortunate to watch Aspi Coalta over the last 11 years, we know that Aspi's strength, his strength was good old fashioned hard work, blue collar, hard working player. He was skilled. Do not get it twisted. He could ball. I mean, Aspi, could ball. It's just that he wasn't the most flashy player, right? He was like what you call a throwback baller, a throwback defender from like 1980 or 90s. That was Aspi Coalta. Just put his head down and just do his work. No questions asked. No frills. No flash. No bragging or mouthing out off. Just good old fashioned hard work. At one point, Aspi was known as the best man to man defensive player in terms of marking any attacking player that came down his wing. And his wing was, well, what was his wing? It was anywhere that you played him. If you played him at right back, he held it down. So he played a right back under Jose. Helped Chelsea to win the Premier League under Jose, I believe in the 2014-2015 year. Then he switched Sorry, I'm sorry about that. He actually played. He played right back in his first season under Jose, but then in the season that we actually won the Premier League, which was his second season under Jose. Jose actually played him at left back because we didn't have a left back. So he basically plugged Aspi at left back, and Aspi pretty much played left back the whole year. We went on ahead to win the Premier League that year. Subsequently, obviously, we had that rough year after we won the league. We went on ahead and finished 10th the next year, which is not unlike the kind of rough patch that we're coming out of right now, having finished 12th last year. After they finished 12th, 10th, the following season, obviously, Jose was fired and he was replaced with Anthony Conte. All right, so he was replaced with Conte. Conte played a five-man backline or three center backs, and so Dave would then play as a right center back, and he was just massive there. Helped Chelsea to win the Premier League again, and then he was just going from strength to strength. He mentioned that when he arrived in London, he just arrived with just himself and his wife, not knowing their left their right from their left, and now 11 years later, as he's going back to his home country in Spain, and they're now going back with a full deck of kids. They got three kids, him, his wife, and three kids, a whole family. So he has like his three kids. Like all these kids knew as their actual home was London. So obviously y'all can understand how emotional Azpilicueta was. He's like it was like he took it really hard. He took it really, really hard. I'm not gonna talk about the other guy though. That's supposed to be proper CHELS and give us a recorded load of crap. But this is the way. This is like when you really care about what you do, your club, right? And you see your club, you see yourself as part of the club, and the club as part of you, right? If when you truly see yourself as part of the club, see yourself as being one with the club, and the club being one with you, right? Family. That was for Azpilicueta. It's just as far as he was concerned, Chelsea was his family. That was his life, and so it's like him going back home. The crazy thing is like he feels like he's leaving his actual home to go back to his birth home. So it was a very painful. It was for him, for Aspi. I didn't know Aspi was going to take it this hard, because we all already know Aspi. Aspi was quiet. It's almost like Kante, quiet, down to earth. Not a loud mouth. These are just good old fashioned traditional players who just let their performance on the field do the talking. And after the game is over, after the referee has blown the whistle, they just walk right straight down the tunnel. After saying thanks to the fans, they just walk right straight down to the tunnel. No, not much fanfare. Enter their car and go home and get ready for the next game. There's no Instagram, no flash and whatnot. Hey guys, I ain't got nothing against IG, nothing against all these Instagram kids, but there's still some value, right? There's still some value to be uh, appreciated from throwback type players, and the likes of Azpilicueta, sadly, for us, are becoming a dying breed, and it is what it is. And so, Aspi Quelta, I mean, we call you Dave. We call you Dave. Listen, thank you so much. God is going to keep blessing you. God has blessed you, has blessed us with you. God blessed Chelsea with Aspicota and his and entire family, and we humbly pray that God continues to follow you, keep you, bless you, protect you in everything that you do going forward. And as you mentioned, at the end of your playing career, who knows? Who knows, Aspi? You may be back. You may be back at the bridge in some other capacity. So, guys, that's it. That's my thank you message to our dear, captain, Aspi Qualta. He won everything. He won everything at um, Chelsea. I mean, he's played 508 games, 17 goals, 56 assists. He won 2 Premier Leagues. He won 2 Europa League trophies. He won 1 Champions League, 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup, 1 Super Cup, 1 Club World Cup. Was voted Chelsea player of the year once, and last but not least, he has the most Chelsea appearances by an overseas player. Guys, what more can you ask for other than to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, sir, and God bless you. Peace out.